Hey guys, so tomorrow is going to be the last day of 2011, which is crazy and just so amazing at the same time. I am really nervous but excited at the same time. This year has been full of ups and downs, and even though there were a couple of bumps in the road, I'd have to say I'm very happy that my year is ending really well. But regardless of that, this video has nothing to do with my year specifically, just me, but mostly about the books. I was able to read 70 books, which was a lot less than what I read in 2010. Last year I was able to read 120 books, which obviously basically just means that this year has just been busier and more hectic and more stressful or something. Regardless of that though, I did read a couple of good books. I don't necessarily have a favorite book. I don't think I've discovered a new favorite book, but I found a couple of books that I think are really good that I find I will remember years later, so that's always good, I think, when I discover a book like that. First one is The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath. This one is a classic. Everyone has been telling me that I need to read it and telling me that I would love it, and I did. It's kind of weird talking about a favorite book when it's really a depressing book. For me, The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath just evokes so many emotions that I think a movie cannot express or music cannot express. I highly recommend you read it at least once in your life. Next book is The Silmarillion by J.R. Tolkien. The Silmarillion is a little bit more of like an encyclopedia sort of thing, and a little bit of a backstory of the elves and the dwarves and the Middle Earth back before Lord of the Rings was ever even here, if that makes sense. But it's great, and even though it's a little bit of a boring book, there were a lot of names and a lot of confusing information that I really didn't care about. I thought it was really cool to just kind of learn a little bit more about Lord of the Rings. I have to admit it's a little bit more complicated than what I expected it to be, but it was still a fun read nonetheless, and I was very happy that I was able to read it. The next book is The Lover's Dictionary by David Levithan, and David Levithan is a little bit of a hit or miss for me. Sometimes I love his books, sometimes I don't, and this one is a little bit of a middle ground. The story itself is mediocre and okay, but I think the writing and the quotes and the memorable just feelings that I felt while I was reading this book was what made this book amazing. This is an adult book. I think his first adult book. Is usually a YA writer, but it's amazing, it's great, and I highly recommend you guys to read it, even just for the quotes that are in it. You definitely won't regret reading it. The next one is Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins, and this one was just a lot of fun. I read this during the summertime, and I was just so in love with the characters and so in love with the guy protagonist, and it was just a lot of fun to read during the summertime. It makes you feel you're in love or you're falling for someone, and I think that only certain books can do that to you, you know, like make you kind of remember how it feels to fall in love with someone or like someone at least or something. But this book really did that for me, and it was fun and it was great. The next one is for the paleontology nerd in me. Wrapped to Red by Robert T. Baker. This one is a fictional account through a velociraptor's eyes, and it's really an interesting novel. It's a great perspective, and it's an amazing story. I highly recommend you guys read it if you like dinosaurs, and if you love velociraptors as much as I do, you would probably really like this one too. The next one is Watchers by Dean Koontz. I really like this one because I would have never really picked up a Dean Koontz novel before if it wasn't for a lot of people recommending it to me, and finally I just went for it and read this one and loved it. I think I like this one so much because there was a golden retriever involved, and just a lot of action and really good pacing and really good writing. So if you like thrillers and whatnot, I would highly recommend you check this book out. The last one is Jellicoe Road by Melina Marchetta, and I love this book because the author is an amazing writer. Just the flow of the overall novel and the overall story is great. So if you like good writing and good prose, check those out. As far as authors of the year, I'm extremely happy that I discovered John Green. Well, I discovered John Green last year through Looking for Alaska, but I haven't, I just started watching his videos this year, and I was only able to discover the Nerdfighters and Nefertiti this year, so I've started reading a lot of John Green books and have loved each and every single one of them. So definitely author of the year is John Green. Movie of the year is definitely Deathly Hallows Part 2. Can't go wrong with that movie. I actually saw it 2 days ago on Blu-ray, and then the next morning I was just watching it again. TV shows of the year would be Bones and Vampire Diaries. I'm obsessed with Vampire Diaries, and it comes back next week, I believe. So I'm really excited for that. Thumbs up for Vampire Diaries and Damon. Most looking forward to next year reading is The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. Pre-order it if you can. I think it would be a lovely story. And I can't wait for March, which is the Hunger Games movie. Definitely going to a midnight showing of that. And of course, on December 2012, watch out for The Hobbit Part 1 movie. I'm extremely excited for it. Let me know what your favorites are this year, not just with books, but with movies and music and all that. What are you most looking forward to next year? If you have any New Year's resolutions, go ahead and let me know too. I think my only New Year resolution is really to be a lot better with doing my videos here for this channel. I feel like I've been neglecting it this month especially. It's just been really hectic and crazy busy, but I will definitely be back filming with a regular camera next year, so watch out for that. But thank you, and I just want to say, Coralie and Kathy, I'm very grateful to have met you girls over the internet, and I know we really don't talk a lot because I feel like this month has just been so hectic for all of us, but I am looking forward to getting to know you girls more in 2012, and yeah, I'll talk to you guys next week, and have a happy New Year's Eve. And be safe, everybody, and have a good January 1. I'll see you again in 2012. Bye.